Here again, this is KVCI. This is another location. My sidekick, John Robinson, who, man, you can't beat this fella here, man. I've learned a lot from him. We learn from each other. And he stays with his grandkids. And they joining us over here today and getting ready for the march. And so we're just going to ask them, why are you all out here today?
We are the soldiers of Christ, and we have the right to vote. It is wrong for others to take our right to vote, because it's very important. It's our constitutional rights.
Will y'all repeat that again for me, please?
We are the soldiers of Christ, and we have the right to vote. And it's wrong for others to take our right to vote, because it's very important. And it's our constitutional right.
Have mercy. Isn't that something? Now, if we train all of our black and white African and other people, Europeans and every Japanese, to learn and master that quote, hey, we can put in office anybody we want. What's happening, Doc? Who taught them that, man? Who taught them cats that, man?
You did. You taught them that, bro.
All right, let's walk on down to the church, Doc, as we do what we. Y'all get in front of us. Y'all walk a little fast enough. You go ahead on. We gonna be behind you, but. Doc, how you doing, my beautiful brother?
Pretty
yes,
good,
sir.
Man.
Yes,
good.
sir.
That was very nice today, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you could come, man.
Oh yes.
Man, we have met a lot of people. It's over 400 people there, man.
Oh. Okay.
I think the brother counted 413. I got it wrote down on my tablet back there, but it's written. And that just before the march now.
Okay.
And the people that heard the radio broadcast, you know, they had to rush to get that. The system set up for us. Yeah. But isn't it nice that we got a local radio station who's willing to take on a challenge like that? Because, you know, Doc, in that meeting, I did not see that many big cameras, you know, that report on this. But it's okay because we got it.
But see, you might be got the small camera, my brother, you still coming from big news.
Yeah, and I understand you would have been here with me this morning, but you had to go to your church, your local church. What name is your church, Brother Weber?
Well, it's First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. We had our brotherhood meeting this morning, and we had to go and attend to that. And as soon as that was done, we got there and got with these little fellas in, tried to come on over here. And I want them to be part of stuff like this, so they can really understand what this is about.
That's right. That's right. I love that about the voting, though. They've mastered that, and that's good.
They got that down to the
yes, sir. All right. All right. This is KVCI.blogspot.com. George Boston Rhyme doing what we do.
Next on the item for discussion is insurance. Insurance agent.
I made my presentation at the work session.
And next order of business is old business. We have on the agenda A, adopt Georgia Fund 1 resolution. Is it open for discussion?
Madam Mayor, may I add a question? You know, I feel, you know, my contention that it's really useless to keep that fund there in the Georgia one. There's only $5,300 in that fund now, so if there's a legal signature on that fund right now, we need to just transfer that, you know, to our general fund and just close that fund out and be through with it, you know.
You see, my problem with this is that state's office, with all that's going on, when I call that Secretary of State's office, there have been money transferred out of that fund, huge humps of money. And I was instructed by that Secretary of Treasury that the only person authorized to offer the transfer was me. And I let her know straight up, I have not authorized any transfer except one. When Mr. Warner wrote the $10,000 bill and I wrote that note, that's the only one that I authorized. And she said, if we close this account, we will not have a ledger or a paper trail once this account is closed. There is $5,000 in that account is going interest very little. But until we get some things resolved and find out what's going on with the money situation, as far as I'm concerned with the audit going on, this is not a good time to close any account.
Can I expand on that a little bit?
What do you mean?
What is the audit plan on that?
You see that I will not sit here and talk about what the audit crime. We know the office that has been locked out, is coming in here. But I'll pass this on to you. I talked to Peter this evening. Peter instructed me, and I quote him. What he said to me today was, I need to get in 2 weeks. I need 2 weeks to come down to City Hall to finish up this audit. Because there are some very suspicious and disturbing transactions that have taken place. Now, without revealing what was going on, that's what he said before, and that's what I'm telling you. And you all got calls now, you can call me and say. But right now, it's not a good time to be closing any account. Not with my name on it. When I had, if I close this account, which I was told I was the only one can do it, I have a problem with closing something that I had authorized to be open in the first place. My name was on there, but I had no dealing with this account. And there have been money because I looked at the ledger. There have been money claimed. And for me to close it right now is not a good idea because the paper trail is not good. Until the auditor can look at it or somebody look at this and we get to the bottom of what's going on, the account will not be closed if I had to.
I'm saying, but 4 months and he hadn't done anything before now?
He's been working up there, busy too, and he's been requesting information. What we need to do is allow him to come to City Hall, work with him, and allow him to complete the audit. The problem we're having is everybody's supposed to sign where's the money. That's a good question. The audit is very much leading when the attorney for the concerned citizen states to the county that we are on the verge of bankruptcy. Now, if we're on the verge of bankruptcy, we need to know what's going on with the money. Now, he made that statement, and he ended in the courtroom by saying, yes, we're on the verge of bankruptcy, because the mayor and certain of her council members have been living frivolously or whatever, or just spending the city money. So if we're on the verge of bankruptcy, we need a report. And that concerned citizen state on the poster, where's the money? I want to know too. So let's let the audit do this thing. We have a choice. If we want to disengage Bill, that's fine. But we need to engage somebody to come here to complete this audit. We've got too far in the process to stop right now.
I know we're all signed and volunteered to be on the all people committee. And I thought if we just more or less over that committee, you know, keep aware of what is going on.
Now, excuse me, they can't hear you.
Well, I ain't got a microphone, so I try to talk loud so everybody can hear me. But my interest in this is I didn't realize that one council person could make a decision on any of those things that we got each one of us look at. I didn't know. I thought the council had to make have a meeting and talk about it and vote on anything like that. I didn't know one person had that authority to close the open account and that. I might be wrong. I am.
And you're not on the score. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that either, but when I talked to the woman at the office, she told me that. She said, Mr. Reed, be it known that you are the only individual that's on this account that can authorize transferring money and closing this account. And I should tell you something, man, I had authorized nobody to transfer not one dime. And I will admit, the note that I wrote her to pay the auditor so we could get this thing going, that's the only one I said I asked in the meeting, could we get $10,000 out of Missouri and pay the auditor? And Mr. Wallace said to me, you need to write me a note for that. And I did. It was not threatened, it's been in the paper, and so we need to get to the bottom. And I would not issue my name and say close an account. I want to know what's going on with the account. I'm the one standing there saying, they saying I had authorization. I didn't know that either. But once I learned that, then I said, hey, we're going to get a handle on this. Because whatever went on, I want to know myself because I'm involved with it. And I ain't authorized nobody to move any money. And we're not talking about $5,000 or $10,000 either.
Before the end of last year, how many other people were on that signature besides you? I understand that the previous, could I ask Mr. Brown who was on it before?
Sure, well, here it is, right here, the original.
Could I see it, please, ma'am?
Well, here's all the thing.
Y'all give me just 1 second. The ones that were on it?
Me, the man from 42, I saw.
Okay. Before the first of the year?
No. She sent that copy of it. I was thrown out on March, sometime in March of 2013. It was changed, some of the accounts were changed or something.
It was changed, to have directly out of the general fund account instead of being deposited straight to the general fund savings where it originally set up. Instead of having to make an extra transfer each time, we had to put it for it to go directly to the general fund checking account to save itself.
But when you say we, who are you, who are
The mayor Turner, and you and me signed
we?
it.
No, we signed it, but I didn't know what y'all doing as far as the transfer. Now, I'm not gonna say that, like, I did not know y'all transferred.
Well, that, you read it, I mean, you that read it, signed it, that's all I can say.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says, but let me tell you something.
That's all.
My name is there, but I have not authorized nobody to transfer no money.
You don't have to if one of the other ones do it.
Well, when we figured, I figured it was the ones that transferred it, let them close. I didn't authorize nobody to transfer, so I'm not authorizing nobody to close.
That's fine, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that.
Good.
But the record shows that you, Mayor Turner, and Ms. Brown were all on that. And any money that was moved before the end of the year, back for the last 8 to 10 years, when the council voted to move all that money, then they
We voted as a council as a whole.
We certainly did.
Okay, I got no problem with that. As a whole, the council voted. But as an individual, let me make sure it's the record reflects that I did not, as an individual, authorize one penny to be transferred to any account.
Any further discussion? For our offer recommendation?
What we need to do now, Madam Mayor, I think we need to put a few signatures on it just to keep it going, or just leave it just with Mr. Greason or Ms. Brown.
Right about now, my recommendation would be that we just table this
Okay.
until, further, you know. Our next item on the agenda is the city attorney contract.
Now, like I was terminating any contract with the city attorney.
Motion has been made and second that we terminate the contract with the city attorney.
Discussion. He does not have a contract. Now, he works strictly for, the council. We approve it and everything, and we can end it, but, it doesn't have to, have a contract. What say you?
Any further discussion? Motion has been made and second. So we take a vote. All in favor?
There'll be a roll call vote, please. Question by name.
Start.
Terry Reese, yes.
Go ahead.
Terry Eda abstain.
President is no.
Council. Discussion.
No.
Yes. Yes. Council Dean.
No.
I take a vote. Yes.
Can't vote. According to the city charter, has to be 3-3 tie for the mayor to vote.
Section 322 of the chart. Section 322.
You have your charter, Council.
Power and duty of mayor as the chief executive of this city. The mayor shall see that all laws and orders of the city are faithfully executed, appoint and remove for cause with confirmation of appointment or removal by the council, all officers, department heads, and employees of the city, except otherwise provided in the charter.
Wrong section.
Section.
So what are we talking about?
Attorney.
Go ahead. Read that name.
Hang on just a minute. 4.12.
Let me read this. Section 8. Section 8 of the charter. The mayor, as he started off with section 3.22, powers and duties of mayor. As the chief executive officer of the city, the mayor shall continue to read, council reads section 8.
What section are we in? 3.22. 3.28. Participate in the discussion of all matters brought before the city council and vote on such matters only in the case of a tie vote, except that the mayor may vote in all elections for officers who are elected by the city council in impeachment or removal proceedings, whether there is a tie or not.
Do you think the attorney is an officer?
According to the charter.
Still have to look at 412. The city attorney is appointed by the council and serves at the pleasure of the council. It takes 4 votes. The mayor is not included in the vote.
Council, would you read 4.20? Council reads, I'm sorry. Read 4.20.
The city shall appoint a city attorney who shall be a member of the State Bar of Georgia, who shall have actually practiced law for at least 1 year. The city attorney shall serve at the pleasure of the city council.
Right there.
This,
Okay, read on.
the city attorney shall be responsible for representing and defending the city in all litigations in which the city is a party, may be the prosecuting officer in the municipal court, shall attend the meetings of the council as directed, shall advise the city council, mayor, and other officers and employees of the city concerning legal aspects of the city affairs, and shall perform such other duties as may be required of him by virtue of his position as city attorney. The city council shall provide for the compensation of the city attorney.
Right now, there's still the difference between 4.12, read section 3.15. Council reads.
Read what now?
Section 3.15.
Voted, except that authorized provided in subsection D of this section. 4 council members shall constitute a quorum and shall be authorized to transact the business of the city council. Voting on the adoption of ordinance shall be by voice vote, and the vote shall be recorded in the journal. But any member of the city council shall have the right to request a roll call vote, and such vote shall be recorded in the journal. Except as otherwise provided in this charter, the affirmative vote of 4 councilors shall be required for the adoption of any ordinances, resolution, or motion.
Would you like to see the difference between the council?
You made a motion,
Right.
requires 4 votes.
We got to count the mayor vote.
Well, that's fine, the mayor can't vote, she didn't vote.
Well, if the mayor can't vote, then how can we have a quorum with 3 people in the mayor? That would have been a quorum.
It's their
Ask the
perspective,
question.
you gotta open
I didn't
meeting.
hear you, counsel, excuse me. What was that question?
I say if the mayor cannot vote, how could they have done a quorum with 3 meeting with you in that situation?
Voting having a quorum have nothing to do with each other.
The county, we've been told by higher up and outside this county, that the mayor has a vote.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
We've been told by others in GMA, they have directed us that the mayor has a vote in matters pertaining to the city. She can cast a vote.
You certainly didn't. Not as a member of the council.
She is considered a member of the council per se then.
No. If that's the case, and she's a part of the council, Mr. Reed, there's been multiple violations of Open Meetings Act because her own attorney stood up in court and said she was not. He argued for an hour that she was not.
But your attorney said she
No,
could
her
vote.
attorney.
But yours said she could vote, or this concerned sister said she could vote.
Well, I don't know what's concerned.
You met Mr. Bone, he said she could vote, she is considered a member of the council.
Well, look, let me just say this. Y'all do what you want to. I don't own this job. If you got 4 votes, I'm fine, I'm gone. 4 votes for that mayor. But it doesn't settle one other thing. Y'all still owe money up to the point that I do get terminated. And I told you that last time, and nothing's happened. So what's going to happen, regardless of how this all comes out, I'm going to have to enforce my right to get paid.
You know what, Mr. Green, you got a right to get paid, you're not denying that.
You have so far.
You submitted a $20,000 invoice to be paid.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Well, Mr. Baskett submitted twice that. And you're
He submitted that. He did not submit that for 1 month. That was on the period of tax.
That's since the end of February. You need to read the statement.
Mr. Boone, you got a check for $7,500 and $900 in the month of March.
March the 3rd. That's the last payment. That's the last payment.
So the $20,000, what's that payment for?
That's March, April, and May. You got the invoices. Why don't you read them? Listen, here's what you got, Mr. Reese.
I don't think you give me anything.
And I'm going to give it to you anyway.
Okay, let me get back. Let's get back to order.
Well, he's made a statement. You know, he doesn't know what I bill for. I want to explain that, man. You got 4 EEOC complaints. You just had a federal lawsuit filed by Mr. Shinholster. You just had another, you got the citizen suit,
But
the mayor. You got the whistleblower suit filed by the clerk.
Let me say this, I know you're naming that the EEOC, those are the ones that are under this administration, the Shinholster and all the others. We're not a part of this, and it's coming under this. I understand that, but I had nothing to do with that.
I'm not saying who did or didn't. You got the First Secretary of State investigation for election fraud.
Attorney Little.
You got the Attorney General investigation for open meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Right now, the motion has been made and seconded that effective immediately tonight, you're no longer the city attorney.
Well, that's fine. You got 4 votes. I'll accept that.
Mine makes it 4 votes.
Well, I don't think that's good.
Everybody, don't be quiet.
Attorney,
Luana, can you get me a copy of those minutes so I can forward them to Mr. Ritter?
This right here?
Yes, ma'am.
That's already blank.
we've accepted the motion that you are no longer an accepted motion and you have a second. That effective tonight, you are no longer the city attorney. Well, the next item.
Let me ask a question, Mayor.
The motion has been made and seconded.
I understand that. I'm trying to help you if you'll listen just a minute. I can't just quit doing stuff. I've got piles of documents in my office. There has to be somebody to turn this information over to.
You will turn that immediately over to the office tomorrow.
Who's office?
Mayor.
No, I turn it over to the city attorney.
Well, I have a motion that we give the mayor the authority to appoint an interim to the council appoints the city attorney.
Excuse me,
We need to make some kind of appointment.
and we got a second. You might want to say it. Second. All in favor?
I didn't make an appointment tonight.
All in favor that we make a appointment of an attorney to fill that role. Authorizing me as the mayor. We've been, motion has been made and second. All in favor? She can't hear you.
What was the motion? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Since the document that the present attorney has to be turned over to another attorney, I make the motion that we appoint a new interim now. Since it has to be an attorney, he turns his paper over. That's the motion that I make.
Let me just add to that, Mr. Reed. The reason for that is there has to be some continuity. I'm not trying to screw up the city operation. I want there to be a smooth transition. By the same token, I have an obligation just not to come down to City Hall and dump a bunch of documents on the mayor's desk.
You understand that?
And the second thing is, it's gonna take some time for whoever this person is to get them up to speed. I don't intend to do that for 3 years.
We don't expect you.
Well,
We start.
must have so far, but we haven't paid for 3 months.
You know, it's no longer than no kind, we've already got a check. Why haven't you been paid?
I asked the same question last time. I don't know. Except the mayor told the clerk she wasn't authorizing invoice, which is not authorized on the chart either.
And all things said that I want to bring it before council, and have council look at this. Because I know I've not had your assistance aiding me as mayor.
I disagree with that, Mayor. Respectfully, I disagree.
We don't want to get into that.
Well, you brought it up. I want to get into it. If you make a statement. I've
Council,
got books and books of things where I've tried to.
Attorney Bowles.
Excuse me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, y'all just vote to pay me, we'll be fine. I'll get out of your hair.
No problem, I think we can.
I can't hear them. They can't hear you.
I vote that we pay a
We have one motion on the floor we never voted on. Your motion to do an attorney.
What's the deal with this attorney? I motion in Barbara separate.
All in favor?
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote.
Terry, yes.
Terry E. abstain.
Yes.
Presidential law.
Mayor Lou, yes.
Already know.
Now we get back to the authorizing.
Y'all gonna authorize us to pay the
Yes, that's the motion. Attorney Bowles made the motion now, recommending that Attorney Bowles, $20,000 invoice.
Well, plus any extra fees in the transition.
Thank you.
And I have a motion.
20,000 plus transition fees. 20,000 plus transition fees.
You can
I
say,
am. And I know that.
go ahead.
I would like to know how much is the transition fee.
Y'all got 7 or 8 open lawsuits. We've got 10 or 12 open files, multiple things going on in the file. And so, I don't know.
You just go ahead and pay him the 20,000.
Y'all understand too, about this transition, that there's 28, with Ms. Brown in her official capacity as city clerk, which she needs to get counsel, needs to provide legal counsel to her for that deposition.
All right, let's get a motion that we make now. Second, okay, council, just second. Yeah. Just second. Everybody say it.
All right, that was $20,000 plus any transition fee.
Well, the invoice may be a little more than the 20 because I've been doing work since invoice.
You said make it more than 20. So come up to council with you all here, but it's Council Whipple.
How much work are we talking about in minus transition? So if it's not 20 minus transition, how much money are we talking about?
I couldn't imagine it being a whole lot more, maybe $1,000.
About 1,000, you said.
Probably no more than 2,500. Yes.
You all heard what he said. So it's now before council.
I will say no more than 25, and I'll stick with that plus the
20,000.
20, no more than 2,500 more plus the transition. I'll have your invoice.
Not being 22,000 plus transition.
22,000.
Plus transition. But also like to see the invoice.
How much transition?
We voted to pay him to terminate his contract with the city.
I don't have a contract.
We got that?
You got that, how much you want to pay? He's saying 20,000 plus. Plus 2,500. That, he'll accept that. 2,500. With the 20,000. So do I have a motion? Council?
I made the motion there.
No. Do I have a second? 25? Say 25.
You have the card.
Yes, we had the card on the quick.
We're going through this service again. When we get the service in a good individual, when they run up the service, the city needs to pay. We shouldn't be having to go through this. And this is the reason why this city is messed up right now. We got money, we ain't got money. We bankrupt, we got plenty of money. We paid the bill, we didn't pay the bill. That's why we need an audit, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know where all the money is. I don't know where the money is. I don't know where every account the city has been. I do know I've counted 19 accounts. We need to get out and review these accounts and see if we need to consolidate, do away with some. Some have been dormant for years. Those are the ones that need to be closed. Not to after we look at what has transpired through those accounts. And the auditor has been requesting this information, we can't get it.
So, do we have enough money allocated to pay for this car? It's already been paid.
Yes, ma'am.
Lots
It's
of
squash
It's in the squash, the money in the squash.
Okay.
Fire and police come out squash. I make a motion, we pay that invoice for the police car this time.
I second the motion.
All in
Please
favor?
sign the check tonight, please.
Please. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, that's been in the budget for years now, $300 a month. The city pays the calls and calls, help out with animal control, different ways. Been doing it for several years.
Discussion.
Why call it law? What was the discussion called law?
I received a payment, request.
She must
Call and call. I just want the council to know that I received a call regarding $300 check.
It's in the statute paid.
$300.
I was gonna say all these today, but when you asked for a list of invoices, I didn't know if you had something you was gonna bring up tonight, so I held on to that tonight, because I didn't want to.
You received it, when did you get that? They requested how much?
They're monthly $300.
Okay, now, I'm lost now. Because when I looked at the measure, they were getting $600.
That was when we were behind on paying, they did get $600 check, because we were owed for 2 months.
But that's not the regular
No,
payment.
sir, it's $300 a month.
So they got $300.
I'm ready to pay it whenever, I was gonna pay bills today, but I.
So the
held off.
$600 wasn't payment, it was two payments.
Yes, sir.
Next item for discussion is checks and invoices. Clerk, I'd like for you to pass this down to each council member. And you all take a look at that. If y'all give me the authority to sign, because we say we're bankrupt, and some of that I don't quite understand. I was gonna say that y'all were for the month of 5/6/2014 at an amount of $4,123, which is written from the general fund. Now, are we budgeting for this money to go?
Oh, y'all approved him overseeing the projects. That's for overseeing CDBG Phase 3. Y'all approved him to oversee the jail. Y'all signed the contract. Going to cemetery, I gave the mayor a copy of both those contracts today, gave it to him up before. So I have already approved all.
Excuse me. When did we approve? That's not happening.
I gave you a copy of those
No, I'm
contracts.
saying,
This council has already approved them.
Well, what is he overseeing right now?
The CDBG Phase 3, which y'all approved him overseeing, plus the cemeteries, plus the city jail.
What y'all do that? Now, what y'all do that?
We did that transfer of the whole, we was.
Right.
So, but
Talk
we
about
not.
December, okay. And then that 1,000 for the sidewalk, y'all just done that recently.
So you updated the, y'all gave his contract back in December, what you saying? The price is not coming in.
Okay, he got 41. He has another one here from the slot on about 945. What's the 945?
I can't see what I'm looking at, but only certain funds can be paid out of that slot.
That's a 945.
That's the general fund of 945.
This one.
It's also the Phase 3. It's probably written on the bottom of the index.
Okay, April, when Mr. Knight came to the meeting, we gave Mr. Knight that check. I was under the impression that his work was done.
We voted to do the sidewalk.
Okay, we included that in that payment, that $400.
Didn't pay.
We got what,
So he didn't get paid?
we got what, 400
This was additional.
last week.
That's all we owe is that $1,000. It's already approved by him. Just have to try to read all this, 2373, total that we owe it. So I had to write it.
Main Street, Bell Home Time, still not paid, $3,100?
The check's written, but he didn't
But I want to
sign
bring
it.
it before you all do.
So why we not paying Main Street?
Y'all already approved the pay, I wrote the check and nobody signed it, I gave it to the paper.
I don't have a problem with signing it, but nobody wants to sign it with you.
The clerk won't sign it?
She hasn't asked me to sign it. I put it in there so she could sign it, and hopefully we can make it.
But you said your name is not on anything to sign, clerk. I can't force you.
No, ma'am, I'm on this account right now. And you sign that one, but I gotta have another signature.
There's no motion needed on that. That should
But I wanted to bring it by
That's
you all.
automatic. We've already voted on that.
What I'm saying is
We've
that,
already voted on that.
council, so what I'm saying is that these checks need 2 signatures. I don't have a problem with signing anything. I need another signature.
Okay, now the splosh was still sitting, I cannot sign this, my name is no longer, she had me sign 2 checks about a week or 2 ago, I told her I could not sign, I was no longer on the account, she told me to sign them anyway, it was going to make them good, I signed them, I get a call from Mr. Underwood, they stopped paying for them, they called me. And he called me again last week, can do not sign anymore on this account.
Attorney Boone, she contacted me.
Ms. Brown, who's on that list?
It's the mayor and Ms. Barbara Tall and it's Thomas Small.
Okay, so one of,
2 of the 3 can sign.
2 of the 3, okay.
These are still the columns we're running into the bill.
So Ms. Toles can sign and Mrs. Smallwood can sign, and the mayor.
Go ahead. Is that one?
I think, she called me over this up in your department.
Yeah, I thought it was already on the agenda for the patrol car and the equipment. Yeah. That's a part, yeah, that's on the agenda. That's what I put in the spot for it also. That's approved in November.
I'm sorry. Okay, on that one, she called me, you have the invoice with that one. Where you purchased it and what, how much?
She has everything right there. I turned the invoice and bill of sales, everything in. Yes, we had the car equipment.
But the company has not been
It's not been paid. Yes, we just received the car last, beginning of last week.
normal procedure is when y'all buy the patrol car. How do y'all handle it?
They they send us a vehicle, we pick it up, they deliver it to us, all the paperwork, we take care of the paperwork, send the paperwork back to them. They send us the invoice, the date that we, been delivered, we picked up, and from there, the invoice is turned in to the clerk's office here at City Hall. Yeah.
What's the difference now? Why didn't it, she still didn't call in? I mean, why did you take it?
This is my first time seeing it. Today is my first time ever seeing it. So, let me ask you this, Chief, is this Akins or Atkins?
Atkins.
Well, right here, we're not Akins.
Is it A-K-I-N? Well, however you want to pronounce it, the way it is.
Is that the way you say it's spelled? Aiken or
It
Atkins?
should be on the invoice right here. A-K-I-N-S. I call it Akins, so we call it Atkins.
Okay, that's Aiken. Okay. Council.
I want to know what the transition is on this.
He does. Could he just get involved in doing the transition? And the 25 was for the previous meeting. He does work for the city. After the $25 invoice was presented, which needs to be added to the $20,000. And he said he would sell it for $2,500. Therefore, $22,500 is what we're giving him, plus whatever it costs for him to do transition. That's what we agreed to pay the attorney.
Well, how much is that? Okay, but you can't set a limit on the transition amount, right?
He said he would take
He
give
said,
him $22,500. Case closed with him representing the city. Any transition after that, we need to pay him for transition.
well, what transition was it?
He doesn't know till he get involved. How long it's going to take, well, so he can't pre-bill. So he will bill us once he get into it.
Council, I'm, you know, I'm not the man. I can't make the decision, but I know the offer suggestion that we just pay the 25, you know.
I don't.
25.
Man, we got 5, we got to have another attorney. We got to train the attorney. Now, he has to facilitate the transition. And he said he's going to make it a smooth transition. And we have to pay him for that time. And we cannot go without representation of an attorney.
Right. Council, have y'all heard? Listen.
We heard.
Go ahead, read it out. What you have? Listen, everybody.
All right, to approve the new, terminate translating services of the city. Motion was made by Reese, seconded by Toll, to terminate the services. And voted for that motion were Reese, Toll, Whipple, and the mayor. Voting nay were Dinsley and Smallwood, and abstaining was Eden. Motion carried. All right, then there was a motion made by Reese, seconded by Toll, to pay Attorney Boone the $20,000 he already owed, plus $2,500 in additional to be billed, plus any other transition fee. Reese made the motion.
That motion went carried.
Nobody's had a motion on
The
it.
mayor's motion was carried.
We need a vote on that, she said.
You please read the motion as we're fixing to vote on it.
Okay, motion was made by Reese, seconded by Toll, to pay Attorney Boone the $20,000, whatever it was, invoice he has now, we've already got, plus an additional $2,500 to be billed, plus transition fees.
That motion had to be carried.
And then that was discussed.
No. We vote, I vote that we pay Mr. Boone, what we just said.
Right.
I'm gonna vote no as for vote. I didn't think we was right in getting rid of it, so I'm certainly not gonna vote to pay him to end it now, so I'm voting no.
Now for Mayor too.
No.
Who was that?
What was that motion? What was that motion? And pay him for? No. No.
He's gone, but we need to pay him his transition fee, whatever he charges.
Whatever you charge. No.
I'm not gonna do it.
No. Sorry,
Okay, I've got names for each Smallwood, Inslee, and Whipple.
Yes.
And A's for Reese and Cole. Okay, we have 4 names.
What do you vote, not to pay? You're not gonna pay?
There were 4 voting nay,
To not pay him?
not paying.
to not pay
No,
him.
to pay him. I mean,
But
wait,
it's-
they voted yes to the motion.
Just give us the form.
Vote against, you need to reset it out.
There were 4 people voting against the motion.
Not to pay him for what? I mean,
Not to carry the motion.
not to carry the motion that,
If the motion doesn't carry, he doesn't get paid.
okay. You're saying that he don't get paid for whatever else.
Or anything unless y'all pass the motion.
The first motion, for his transition period,
She can't hear you.
for his transition period.
Well, the motion included his transition fees.
And that's not a set amount, right?
No, ma'am.
So his transition period could be anything.
Could be $3.
Could be 3,000.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Can I say something, man?
Go ahead.
He's already done $20,000 outstanding. He's owed that much for he's done. In his departure, he's done some work between the $20,000 and his current lease. And he said he would sell it for $2,500. I asked him to see the invoice also, but he said he would sell it for $2,500, which we're going to add to the 20 that we already owe him for the work he has already done. Now, along with that, he's got to transition the new attorney in his current position. And it's going to take some time to transition the past the record over, like training somebody on the job. If you stay there and train the individual, you're not training him for free. If he's going to take your place and you're going to train him, he gets paid for being trained. He's asking to get paid, which is no reason he should get paid. And I would illustrate this by saying, too, anybody that has done work for the city, we need to get out there mode of not paying these people. Now, we've been having this lagging going on, not paying people, but they have done work for the city. And a prime example is the case with the auditor. If these people were hired to do the work, then these people need to be paid for what they've done. Regardless of the capacity they did it in, they deserve that money if the work is done.
What I'm looking at is that,
There is no right or reason you're fired. Excuse me. No reason was ever paid for y'all. Excuse me, sir. We're back to, restating where we are.
We have 4 days and 3 days.
Go ahead.
I would recommend pay Mr. Williams what we want to plus the 2,500 plus the transition fee.
So you're changing your vote.
Yeah, I can change it.
But you don't know what his transition fee will be.
Well, he don't know. There's no way to wait.
There's no way of telling.
Cat, five. Cat.
Okay, that's 3.
Put a cap on it.
Cap on it.
On what? We can't cap it. We don't know how. We don't know what he's got. What he's going to be doing. There's lawsuits. There's doctors. There's information to be passed on. We can't tell him to do 2 hours of work and stop when it might be 10 or 11. We can't tell him to do 10 or 11 when it might be 5.
It's going to depend.
And it could be months.
Mainly,
Just like the
person, whoever y'all choose, maybe somebody I give a file to, they say, I understand all this and go right on. It might be a 30-minute conference, it might be a 2-hour conference. I just don't know.
But we made the motion to accept. Now we got some that went back and admitted that vote, say, they vote yes, pay. Will you read that?
Okay, now, the names are Edie, Smallwood, and Whipple, and the A's are Reese, Cole, Beasley, and Meigs. Well, if the mayor can vote, then that's 4 A's and 3 nays.
Let me ask one thing down there, please. You said, by accepting the payment, I do not acknowledge or agree or stipulate in any fashion that termination was legally done. That's all.
All right. Next item.
On this article, I think maybe at the next council meeting, we may go into executive session and the council, we can talk about that. Now, the only thing I ever heard or know about that article is what little bit comes across this paper right here. I think Mr. Reese, he's up on it and everything. I think we ought to do an executive session. And then he seems to know more than some of us do, more than I do anyway. Then maybe we can understand what's going on there. I have no problem with it, council.
We accept that.
And if you want to, we can go a step further. The auditor will be more than happy to come to shed light on what's going on. I want to address, Mayor, can I say one more thing? I want to address the fact, and I'm not ashamed to address the G.B.R. Action orders while we get getting on my personal level, I don't trust them. That's me. I'm speaking for me. Because when I get a lawsuit for this city and my name in there, and Mr. Boone said I talked to him, blah, 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 and he only considered one side, I got a side too. Now, I know what transpired with some conversations we had. I'm speaking on my side. I cannot work with people I don't trust. In 19 years, I have never called to ask any legal advice from Mr. Boone. Now we get these calls, and we call and get legal advice. Everything we say to get the information to move the city forward, it's thrown against us. It's open meeting violation. You shouldn't have done this. You harassed her. I have not harassed anybody. That's not my name. And I don't appreciate reading in a lawsuit, you harass somebody. Why not get my side before you do the lawsuit? You was an attorney that represents the city, not half of it. And I don't appreciate that. That's my standard, that I cannot work with people that I cannot trust.
Thank you, Councilman. Streets, Council Whipple.
Do you believe the council followed the city charter tonight?
No, sir, we did not. To my opinion, we did not.
And in what ways would you say that happened?
I've been on council for over 30 years. The mayor has never voted on any of the things unless it's a tie. And that's what the charter says, and that's what I stand by.
Okay. All right, thank you, Councilman. Appreciate it.
Mr. Easy, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
It seems to me that you are very informed. And my question is that why do you think, I know you can't answer for other people, it seems like to me you have the more knowledge of the council members What do you think maybe the breakdown? They're not reading the charter, they don't understand the charter. What do you think that problem may be?
Mr. Ryan, I'm not positive exactly where the problem is. I do know that a lot of them have not kept up with the budget monthly like I do. I don't think they read their yearly budget and keep up with it line by line like I do. Each one of us gets a statement once a month that comes to us through the city clerk. And I myself get what I call a financial printout of every check that goes out. And each check is written on a specific account. And I can sit down at my house and go through all of those, and I can see where the money goes. Each check that's written, the next line item under it, reduces by that amount. So at the bottom of each page, or the bottom as you go through, the money shows where it's going out, And I do pride myself in keeping up what goes on in the city of Gordon. I have been here, as I just stated, almost 30 years now.
So, Councilman Edie, you feel pretty confident that the city financial records are pretty straight.
Yes, sir, I do.
I can tell the way you talk tonight. I really believe that you believe that they're pretty straight.
I really do. And if they're any otherwise, I would very much like for somebody to come to this table and sit down with us, mayor, council, and tell us where they think that money's at, or what happened, and why they think there's money missing, I just accounted for over $2 million that was in that one fund, Georgia One Fund account,
Okay, Councilman, I have another question, and it may be a little more pointed, and I'm sure you can answer because I think you do a good job of answering questions. But the question is, I've been doing this for a long time, and I have never seen a mayor pro tem to take a stand in opposition to a mayor. So you must feel very strongly about what you believe. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, I do. Now, until the mayor is absent of this meeting, I am not mayor pro tem. The only time I'm mayor pro tem is in the absence of the mayor.
Absolutely.
Any other time, all I am is a council.
Right, that is true.
I'm one of 6.
That is true.
And on this council, and the mayor.
You put a job on this stuff.
And as we go through, I try to listen to everything that everybody says. At this floor, on this floor, or out on the street. And I try to give them as educated an answer as I can by what I know, whether it's by the charter, or whether it's by the financial figures, or whether it's by the sunshine law, or whether it's by the elected officials code that we go by. We're a city of ethics. A lot of people don't understand that we are. When we elected to be a city of ethics, our mayor, previous mayor, and council members signed on to it. But the city continues to be in that City of Ethics program. All of these council members now and the mayor have to be in it too, because our city is designated a City of Ethics. You can check with the state of Georgia. We're classified as a City of Ethics. A City of Ethics resolution and amended ordinance is filed with them. And it lifts our council and mayor to a higher standard than a regular city council. We sign it and we date it when we signed on to it, and we are saying that we'll operate our city at the highest ethics that you can, above what normally would take place.
Okay.
If you read the ethics, ordinance under the state of Georgia, you can look it up, gmanet.com.
And you feel like that has been followed here because you've been on council a long time. You feel like that has been complied with, am I correct?
I do not. Not lately, I do not.
Not lately, okay,
No,
but
sir.
before then you feel pretty
Before
confident.
then, I feel like we were following it pretty close.
Pretty close, okay.
There'd be some times you may veer from it.
But you feel comfortable with it?
I did.
Okay. Now, my final question is, I look at this council for the few times I've been coming over here, and it seems like to me, and it don't trouble me, but I do have questions. Why is it that other council members seem unable to offer a motion very seldom? You mostly always get it done. And I respect you because if nobody else do it, you got to do it. And the affairs of the city got to go on. So I commend you for that. But what do you think, you don't have answers on that?
Mr. Rhines, I couldn't answer that.
Okay.
I wish I could. As you said earlier,
yeah.
I am outspoken, and I feel that I should be outspoken because I represent all the citizens of this town, black and white.
Right.
Over the years, you can go out in our community and you can talk to the black community or the white community, it doesn't matter. I've saved a little black child before myself. I go to fires at houses anywhere, you know, as a fire chief. I respond, medical emergencies. Councilman Reese, I went to his house just recently and helped him during a medical emergency. You know, stayed there, helped get him put in the ambulance. I have been to his house for his wife before. I mean, I do this because I love my community. I was born and raised. I've never lived over a mile from where I was born.
Mr. Edith, I want to thank you a lot. Thank you for commenting. Some people wouldn't have done it. Thank you very much.
Sir, sir, I hope you
Here again, this is KVCI. This is another location. My sidekick, John Robinson, who, man, you can't beat this fella here, man. I've learned a lot from him. We learn from each other. And he stays with his grandkids. And they joining us over here today and getting ready for the march. And so we're just going to ask them, why are you all out here today?
We are the soldiers of Christ, and we have the right to vote. And it's wrong for others to take our right to vote, because it's very important. It's our constitutional rights.
Will y'all repeat that again for me, please?
We are the soldiers of Christ, and we have the right to vote. And it's wrong for others to take our right to vote, because it's very important. And it's our constitutional right.
Have mercy. Isn't that something? Now, if we train all of our black and white African and other people, Europeans and every Japanese, to learn and master that quote, hey, we can put in office anybody we want. What's happening, Doc? Who taught them that, man? Who taught them cats that, man?
You did. You taught them that, bro.
All right, let's walk on down to the church, Doc, as we do what we do. Y'all get in front of us. Y'all walk a little faster than us. You go ahead on. We gonna be behind you. But Doc, how you doing, my
Pretty
beautiful
good,
brother?
pretty
Yes,
good,
sir.
man. Pretty
Yes,
good.
sir.
That was very nice today, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you could come, man.
Oh, yes.
Man, we have met a lot of people. It's over 400 people there, man.
Oh,
I think the brother counted 413. I got it wrote down on my tablet back there, but it's written. That's just before the march now.
Okay.
And the people that heard the radio broadcast, you know, they had to rush to get that the system set up for us. Yeah. But isn't it nice that we got a local radio station who's willing to take on a challenge like that? Because, you know, Doc, in that meeting, I did not see that many big cameras, you know, that report on this. But it's okay because we got it.
You see, you might be got the small camera, my brother, you still coming from big news.
Yeah, and I understand you would have been here with me this morning, but you had to go to your church, your local church. What's the name of your church, Brother Weber?
Well, it's First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. We had our brotherhood meeting this morning, and we had to go and attend to that. And as soon as that was done, we got there and got with these little fellas in, decided to come on over here. And I want them to be part of stuff like this, so they can really understand what this is about.
That's right. That's right. I love that about the voting, though. They've mastered that, and that's good.
They got that down to the
yes, sir. All right. All right. This is KVCI.blogspot.com. George Boston, right. This is the Ghetto Free Press, and here's an interview. What's your name, brother?
My name is Calvin Eason.
Okay, Mr. Eason, can you tell me, first of all, what did you think of the meeting tonight?
I think it was absurd. I think that here they give the mayor doesn't know anything. Just like all of the paperwork on the minutes, the bills, she knows anything. She don't know anything about it. Everything that was brought to her was new to her. She never gets a chance to know anything because, just like she said, she been locked out. They've taken the keys from her. She don't even have an office. So at this point right here, everything that comes in the city council is new to the mayor.
So for her, if she would have just went on and signed those papers, she wouldn't know what she was signing. Is that correct?
Exactly. She wouldn't know what she was signing because the mayor pro tem signs everything. And I'm glad that she didn't sign it and she passed it on to the mayor pro tem, the one that's been signing everything in the first place.
Well, what do you think about when the meeting first started? Don't you think it was running real smooth and peaceful? I thought it was real smooth and peaceful.
Yes, I thought everybody was on the same page. I thought everything was going to be, was going to go smooth. But as it progressed, it got a little bit worse.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that they have made it so difficult for people to get on the agenda? The white Caucasian brother, do you know his name?
Yes, Jimmy Layden.
Jimmy Layden seemed like he have done everything he could, and so they only give you 3 minutes to speak. I'm glad the mayor decided to give him more time. But what does that say about our form of government in the state of Georgia? It seems like they don't want to hear from us, or what?
Our form of government needs to be revised. Just like Jimmy Layden was saying that he need more than 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to introduce yourself. We all need a chance to speak and be heard. Now, at this point, we're not being heard because we have the city administrator, whatever she proclaimed to be. She doesn't give us a chance.
Well, excuse me, but why do you think that the city attorney don't step in and at least give some kind of guidance or instructions? Why you rating that?
Well, he's not the city attorney. Oh, okay. He's one of the colleagues, someone that the city attorney sends in. We haven't seen the city attorney but once since the mayor has been sworn in.
Okay, when I looked across the street, I see a group of people over there, and those are elected officials, I believe. And should not they be over here with the people? Why are they in a group over there? It seems like all the people that was in opposition of the mayor is over there. The citizens are over here. Why do you reckon that is?
Because they're against the mayor and they're against the citizens that put the mayor in the position as mayor.
Now, I was up here earlier last week when I came to other council meeting. And although no one seemed to address that this meeting was rescheduled, I don't even know if the mayor knew that the other meeting had been rescheduled. But now I also found out she was arrested last Saturday. And do you know why she was arrested the other Saturday?
Well, she had gone in to ask to see some of the records. And the lady, for some reason, told her that she shouldn't be back there behind the counter. And she said that she, as the mayor, she should be able to see some of the records or to be able to go into the room where the records are. The lady said that she couldn't. Okay, and she wanted to use the car to go to a meeting, and they said that she couldn't, but some of the councils can use the car. The police officers use the car to go back and forth home and to work, because at one meeting they said that the police officers can't take the police cruisers home. So in turn, they came up with another avenue to be able to get back and forth. So they started using the Mercury Marquis or the Crown Vic, whichever it is, to go back and commute back and forth for themselves.
Okay, I got two. That's the president of the Thomas County NAACP. We have her here today. Thank you for being here, sister. Okay. And we can see the NAACP is at least in a representative. They are here to hear a little bit of what's going on. Now, let me ask you another. It's two questions I want to ask you. Number one, you said something about you being, who was arrested out here? Something you said about out here, y'all were doing something. What, you explain that for me?
My brother and I was sitting right here, which is 111. This is the street.
Okay.
My brother was parked right here on his work trike. I came from work, I pulled up right here behind him. My sister was talking to one of the citizens on the other side of the street.
When you say your sister, who's that?
The mayor.
The mayor, okay, all right, go ahead. Thank you.
The post office is right there. I was going to go to the post office and retrieve our mail.
Yes, sir.
We all has the same post office box.
Yes.
But once I seen her with the mail in her hand, I continued to speak with my brother.
Yes. And what's his name?
Edward Easton.
Has he ever been in trouble with law enforcement before?
No, not something serious, you know.
I'm talking with the city or nothing? No kind of problem. Okay, go ahead.
And while we were sitting here, we seen the city, what you call her, administrator or whatever she.
What's her name? You know her name?
Marsha DeMoga.
Okay.
And her and Willie Charles Williams pulls up. He gets out the truck and he opens the door so she can go in. 3 minutes later, the police officer Drew came around. He went inside. So at that point, my brother and I was still standing there. So he came up, gave me my mail. We talked for a few seconds, and then he left. I left. And sister left. Friday afternoon, I got off from work and I was washing my truck. I heard my brother said that she got a warrant for my arrest. So I'm like, I know that it's not what I just heard. So I walked across the street and I asked my brother, who took a warrant out of you? He said that Marsha DeMoga. I said, why did she take out a warrant on you? He said she didn't just take a warrant out on me, she took one out on you too. So I'm like, for what? And so he commenced to telling me this criminal trespassing and what have you, and we need to turn ourselves in at least about 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And so this is when we found out we was being arrested. I mean, we had a warrant.
So you were arrested?
Yes.
Well, who was this man arrested at one of the public meetings? Who was he? There was somebody that escorted out of the meeting a few weeks ago. Who was he?
That was my brother. That was Elwood Eason. And they're saying that he can't come into the council meeting because he would be trespassing.
So you're saying that he have been denied the right to attend a public meeting? Have they discontinued where he don't have to pay taxes anymore?
No.
He still pay taxes?
Pay taxes. And this lady, Marsha DeMoga, doesn't even live here. My sister...
I hear that a lot. Wait a minute. I hear that a lot. Now, what you mean by she don't live here?
Marsha DeMoga, which is the city clerk, city administrator, which the councils awarded her all the mayor's administrative powers, which they say that that's something that she can do. Okay, I don't see how that the mayor can hire someone and can't fire them. Okay, and on top of that, now that since she's hired her, they turned their back on her.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
And now they are terrorizing her.
Okay. Let me ask you one other question. Do you see an end of the tunnel for all of this? Do you see any daylight?
It needs to be, but at this point, until the mayor gain control or get some kind of control of our city, I don't see anything happening.
Do you think she should be forced to get control, or do you think that somebody in the state of Georgia should step in and ensure under our form of government everybody has a boss? So it seems like somebody ought to come in here and straighten this out, because after all, the people here probably think it's just Meigs, but they got the same thing in Gordon, Georgia, Davisboro, Georgia, Dawson, Georgia got some problems, and other mayors have called me, and so it seems like this is a pattern in practice, and there's maybe other people need to come in and look into this situation.
Yes, I do. I feel like it should be someone out there that knows the city charter and the form of government that we're under, that can come in and at least give some kind of advice to the mayor. Everyone that the mayor tries to reach and try to find out what's going on and how can she find out what can she do about the situation. Everybody tells her that she has to have an attorney. Okay. And just as well as...
Well, okay, let's bring it into a close. Let's close it out now. But I really want you to respond to, I keep forgetting his name, the white brother. He talked about asphalt, and they made it seem as if though the council members on both ends seemed to believe that he didn't have any justification for complaining about asphalt going down, and the city did not violate any law. What do you think about that?
Well, the thing about that is they're talking about the washout. When it rained and when it's cold and it froze, all the pipes burst. Well, the water ran down her way, but did not wash out her driveway. It washed out the drain pipe, but they put the asphalt in her yard, in her church yard ground, and didn't fix the drain pipe. Now, to this day, that drain pipe still needs some asphalt there.
Well, my question to you is, how do you know what you're saying is true?
Because I work for the city of Meigs, and I know that's what they done. And she pretty much said that they did that because the washout, the water washed out of her parking lot. But that's not true. The water washed down to the drain and washed the drain out. They put the rock there for whatever purpose they, feel like they put it there for. I feel like for bribery.
Well, can I ask you another question? Why is it that, why do you feel?
No, we said 3 minutes, Mayor. When you get it, we said 3. We need to,
I thought we were gonna do, 10 minutes. I'm sorry. That's something else we'll table at the next meeting.
yeah, let's table to 3 minutes.
Okay. Mr. Lane, do you think you can talk in 3 minutes? You're next on this.
Did I get 3 minutes or 5?
Yes, 3, 5.
Used to be 10 minutes when you were on the agenda. Evidently I couldn't get put on the agenda. When I wanted to get on the agenda, she said, well, I found some new papers and I can't find the form to go with the papers.
He's on the agenda to speak.
So, she never did find the form. I drafted an open record letter to the City Hall, wanting some information, never got it. Sent it to Tommy Coleman's office, never got it, but that's okay. I represent some of the concerned citizens on what's been going on.
We need to ask them not to do any personal attacks.
I believe I have a full counsel.
Before we call
I
them,
believe that I can talk.
if you personal attacks, we're not here.
And that's, I believe in freedom of speech. I believe the citizens are not getting the time to speak. They're not getting put on the agenda. They're not being heard. And I take it real seriously. And the reason I take it real seriously is because, what's the name of the road I again? But I fought in Vietnam, and I take that real seriously. I had a couple of friends here in this town that fought in Vietnam with me, and I fought for my country, so I believe I need and have the right like anyone that should have the First Amendment. I believe my civil rights have been broken because I have not been able to express my opinion on what's going on in our town. As chief for 28 years, I've never seen such a mess in all my life. And I'm really questioning the fact of who authorized asphalt to be put over the church on one of the councilman's rental property. That's private property, misuse of taxpayers' funds.
Where is it? Where would you? I
There's
didn't
some
understand where
asphalt
it said.
put over there at your, that building you're in. Who did that?
No, this is my call. This is the mayor's call. Our next person is not here. So this man has some valid points. So we're gonna give him his right to speak. This is a freedom of speech around here. And we've got to give due diligence.
Madam Mayor, he does not have facts. He does not have facts on what he's talking about.
Well, he's asking for who he needs to.
Well, he needs
I had
facts.
them witnesses out there seeing the asphalt being put over
It
there.
should be put over there because the city messed it up. The city messed it up. And so they were only fixing what they broke.
I don't want to argue about it.
Just have order.
I don't think it's right.
But you need facts. That's what's not right. You
We
need
got
facts.
facts.
Okay, y'all, we're wasting his time by interrupting.
Let's move on to section 1685, theft of services. This is code, Georgia code. It says, a person commits the offense of theft services when, by deception and with the intent to avoid payment, he knowingly obtains services, accommodations, entertainment, or the personal property which is available for compensation. Well, when you go put asphalt, I didn't get none on my driveway. I don't know anybody else did either, but one or two people. But when you do that, you're using the taxpayers' money, and that's definitely not right. I can't see it. You violated the oath because you don't want to answer none of our open record letters, and when you do, you want to charge us $500. And I think it's wrong that that's taxpayers' money. That's what I mean, if you go out to the asphalt company, get the bill, and probably what it is like it used to be, probably tax exempt for the city,
and you take 3 or 4 workers over there and they dump work on your property, put asphalt on, that's against law.
The water, the things get busted, and the water ran and washed out on the street, that's why they had.
And you couldn't put dirt there.
It washed out.
They put what they used.
Okay, well that's.
Well, your 3 minutes up.
That's good. My question to the magistrate in Thomas County and to our attorney is, not to Mr. Coleman, because we're gonna be fighting our own taxpayers' money, is have they broke the law? Can we charge them and get warrants on them?
They didn't break the law, Jimmy.
He's having
It was okay to put that asphalt over there because the city main busted and washed it out. We made the decision to fix that road and put the asphalt back. Council did. She didn't do it.
Dirt. Well, that's not the only place asphalt been
And
put.
we did it right down here on Mr. Lenny Nicholson's also. And there's about $5 worth of spillage over on his property. You go look at the flag.
That's fine.
Get your facts, Jimmy.
That's fine.
Okay?
That's
You
what
want
it
an
is.
explanation? I got
That's what it is, okay. Okay, from the time the mayor tried to take office, she was taken out of office or tried to, then you've done this and that. Now my question is, not only was she arrested, then her brothers were arrested this week, is that not so? So, we asked our question, some people want to know, is this called racial profiling? These policemen, Mr. Drew, I believe, and whatever, because this is one family, Linda first and her 2 brothers. I'm wondering about the question of what's going on. Is the police department being used for one certain person's use to sick on some of the citizens? That's all I got to say. Questions? So, my advice to you, if you voted for her, Linda, the mayor, when you go in City Hall, you better take somebody else with you, because what they tried to do was intimidate and get me in the point that they was going to call it a hostile thing again. I know what I'm talking about because I've been in law enforcement. I've seen where it was going. I turned around and walked out. Officer Rawls, the chief there, went up there, tried to get on the agenda, flatly refused him. What did I tell you? It was full or somebody else?
That's what she told me when I tried to get on. I tried to get on the agenda, she told me it was full. Because I wanted to talk about my dismissal. She told me that I couldn't, the council wasn't going to listen to me in the first place. So she wasn't going to let me on the agenda. So I'm like, well, why won't they listen to me? She said, then she goes on to say that, we're not going to hire you back anyway. You haven't been here 60 days. I said, well, that's why, Renee was terminated, and you told her that she had 5 days to appeal it with the council, and you all granted her job back. So I feel like I should be at least heard and be granted mine back as well, because I know I haven't done anything but done my job.
We should ask Tommy Coleman, the attorney, to step down. We don't need him. He's a good man, but he's all of him. We need someone out of Thomas County, attorneys, you know, and that's one thing. But I'm asking for the fine of the city manager. She doesn't live here. Right. And you can't get anything, you know. I got a secretary that's doing several Open Records Act under Georgia that I'm going to give her, and we're going to see where she's going to go from there. But I'm not satisfied with the way it's going, and I see most of you are. No, it's not right.
We're not satisfied. She don't give us any
satisfaction. When the mayor is in charge, the mayor's an elected high official.
Amen.
Isn't that right? Yes, sir. She's a high official, and they should give her respect. She won by a fair election, and they should give her respect, whether they like her or not. But they turn around and get up and walk out and leave all us in here with a lot of questions that we'd like to ask.
Okay, so what's that telling
That's a
us?
shame.
Y'all, but this is,
Madam Mayor knows
this is what's
nothing.
going on. This is the cooperation I get.
Mayor,
This is it.
we want to reinstate our chief. We want our chief back.
And that's why, exactly, because I was gonna ask that he be reinstated, and that's why I wanted the minutes amended. They know that I was gonna do that. But let me tell y'all, on this thing right here, they didn't really want me coming up in here, because they got me for a criminal trespassing warning over there just because I was trying to listen to the minutes, and then Dorothy comes up in my face and put her folder up in my face really close, but nothing was done to her. But they get me for a criminal trespassing warning just because I'm trying to talk to the council members. And I can't help because Renee walks out every time I'm getting ready to say something, but you know, I can't be a mayor with this kind of cooperation. So I'm just gonna, I just gotta do what I gotta do.
Can we get together, help raise some money, get you a private lawyer or do something?
Yeah, we need to do something.
We'll come up with some money and get you a private lawyer.
I'm going in the morning, I definitely got to go in the morning.
Here again, this is KVCI. This is another location. My sidekick, John Robertson, who, man, you can't beat this fella here, man. I've learned a lot from him. We learn from each other. And he stays with his grandkids. And they joining us over here today and getting ready for the march. And so we're just going to ask them, why are you all out here today?
We are the soldiers of Christ, and we have the right to vote. And it's wrong for others to take our right to vote, because it's very important. It's our constitutional rights.
Will y'all repeat that again for me, please?
We are the soldiers of Christ, and we have the right to vote. And it's wrong for others to take our right to vote, because it's very important. And it's our constitutional right.
Have mercy. Isn't that something? Now, if we train all of our black and white African and other people, Europeans and every Japanese, to learn and master that quote, hey, we can put in office anybody we want. What's happening, Doc? Who taught them that, man? Who taught them cats that, man?
You did. You taught them that, bro.
All right, let's walk on down to the church, Doc, as we do what we do. Y'all get in front of us. Y'all walk a little faster than us. You go ahead on. We gonna be behind you. But Doc, how you doing, my
Pretty
beautiful
good,
brother? Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
That was very nice today, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you could come, man.
Oh, yes.
Man, we have met a lot of people. It's over 400 people there, man. Oh, I think the brother counted 413. I got it wrote down on my tablet back there, but it's written. That's just before the march now. Okay. And the people that heard the radio broadcast, you know, they had to rush to get that the system set up for us. Yeah. But isn't it nice that we got a local radio station who is willing to take on a challenge like that? Because you know, Doc, in that meeting, I did not see that many big cameras, you know, that report on this. But it's okay because we got it.
You see, you might be got the small camera, my brother, you still coming from big news.
Yeah, and I understand you would have been here with me this morning, but you had to go to your church, your local church. What name is your church, Brother Weber?
Well, it's First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. We had our brotherhood meeting this morning, and we had to go and attend to that. And as soon as that was done, we got there and got with these little fellas in, decided to come on over here. And I want them to be part of stuff like this, so they can really understand what this is about.
That's right. That's right. I love that about the voting, though. They've mastered that, and that's good.
They got that down to the side.
Sir. All right. All right. This is KVCI.blogspot.com. George Boston Ram doing what we do. Bye-bye. We're gone. Greetings, this is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Boston Rhymes, and I'm in Dawson, Georgia. As you know, Christopher Wright is the mayor here, and he was shot, I understand. I just finished talking to him. He's not in town. I talked to the owner of this funeral home, Jonathan Son's funeral home, and I'm gonna walk through the city. I'm going to interview some people if they'll talk. I'm mainly concerned today with the landscape of Dawson, Georgia, which I understand is a majority black population. The mayor said that he would talk with me at a later date. He's out of town right now. But I want you to, let's just ride around this little town and let's just see the flavor of this town. And it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'll assure you, I think it's gonna be interesting. I just left Meigs. I was in Meigs yesterday. I went back this morning, and now of course I'm in Dawson, Georgia, and there's no telling where we will end up. But wherever we end up, we want you there, because this is what the Ghetto Free Press does. Today is April the 1st, 2014. I'm George Boston Rhymes. I just left America's Georgia, Conneaut Farms, and I decided to come to Dawson, Georgia, wherein the mayor, what's his name? Chris Wright. Chris Wright. And while riding through town here, I found an individual, I think he lives next to the mayor. And will you tell me what happened on that night? Because it seemed as if all we get down here in South Georgia is snippets and things of that nature the night when the mayor was shot. What happened?
I cannot tell you.
What's your name, first of all?
Pastor Moreland.
Pastor? Oh, you're a pastor? Okay.
Pastor.
Okay. All right, what happened as far as you know?
As far as I know, this is what I heard.
Okay.
I'm laying in the bed.
Yes, sir.
I heard shot.
Yes, sir.
Pow, pow, pow. And I heard, ow. Then I heard, pow, pow, pow. That's 6 times.
Wow.
I get up, come out of the door, and my wife come out the door, right in front of my house right there. And I walked out the front with my light shining around, nothing. Went back in the house, got back in the bed. I was laying in the bed, then I heard somebody holler, help, help, help. The third one was low. I got up, again, I said, baby, somebody hollering for help. She said, sound like somebody hit the side. I said, no, that's somebody hollering for help. So I got my light and come back out the house. When I come out this time, I come out the front, went around the side of the house. The fence right there, I shine my light, I said, I know I heard something. Trying to get myself together. So I heard something. You have no road. And so when I got around there, I kept shining. I saw something dark there on the ground. I had on dark clothes. And I said, hey, I said, who is that there? He said, this me. I said, who? He said, Chris. I said, Chris? I said, what the matter? He said, Rev, I've been shot 5 times. And that's what he said.
He said that then?
He said it then.
Okay.
And I was on this side of the fence, so I run around to that side of the fence where he was. And I kneel over him. So when I kneel over him, I turn him up. When I turn him up, blood was gushing out of him. From here, down, running down. And he I didn't want to get up. I told him, lay down, baby. That's what I told him. Then he said, Rev, he said, pray for me. I don't know what he said, pray for me. And God did what he said, pray for me. And I told him, I just lay here. Then my wife said, I guess she was dialing for the police. I don't know who called him now.
Right,
there was
right.
a bunch of people doing it. But other than that, for me seeing who it was, I don't know. The young man pulled up. He jumped out of the car and he run there. And he said, I said, the madam been shot. He said, where mama? See, I didn't realize what he was talking about when he said mama. So he ran in the house. Once he ran in the house, and that left me there. Then the ambulance came and they come around there and hubble over me, and try to assist him and get him up. And once that was over with, we all got him up. But I helped pick him up and put him on the stretcher. And once that got stretchered, they put him in. And that was it. That was it.
Well, you mentioned the mother. How was the mother?
Well, I did go in the house. Okay. And when I went in the house, I seen the mother. She had a bra, nothing else, a bra, a pair of short pants. And she was like, been roughed up,
Roughed up?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It'd been roughed up. She, and then the police told me, well, we got to solve a case. I said, well, I'm a neighbor. I just kind of see what's going on. So I turn around and come on back out.
Okay. So it was a robbery then?
I couldn't.
You have no idea about that?
No.
No, you know as a burglar? What?
No, I couldn't say about robbery. I couldn't
all
say
you witnessed what you've already said?
All I know is what I heard and that's it.
And what you said.
That's it.
Looking back on it, what do you think, do you think that anything that you know of, and I know you what you said, what do you think maybe could have been done differently? Nothing was. You don't see
I
nothing.
couldn't comment on that.
You couldn't say nothing. Okay.
No, because all I go back to
what actually happened.
What actually happened. I know of.
Okay.
Anything else, who was here, who come over here, I couldn't hear nothing like that.
Well, one thing I would like to ask you, and then we'll be through with this, is that once did news media come over? Any news media come that night or look on anything or?
Some of it happened. I'm not sure who all come over that night.
What about the next day? Was you interviewed?
Well, I was interviewed, but they didn't ever show it.
Okay.
Over on Channel 10, I believe.
Okay, so you was interviewed, but it just never,
interviewed the way,
and you was
in my way.
Yeah, and you was here, and you actually saw what happened. But
I heard what happened.
I mean, you heard what happened, and you did see him on the sound. You saw. And yet, but somebody chose.
I'm the one who picked him up and put him on.
Right. Right. Okay, look here. What's your name again, my beautiful pastor?
Pastor Joseph Moore.
What church you pastor, brother?
Mount Zion Baptist Church, Brownwood, Georgia.
Thank you so much, my beautiful brother, and thank you for having the courage to stand up and say something, because as I travel South Georgia and Southeast Georgia, I find a lot of people won't talk, and I want you to know I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Peace be unto you, brother. Likewise, peace. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, George Boston Rhines, and as you know, I have a 500,000 views, and the 500,000 views come about because of people like you and people like this, who refuse to sit back and let valuable news just go down the drain as if though a tree falls in the forest, and then they tell us the tree never fell, and our children are sitting under the tree, and we lived in the forest for so long. We know it's there, and so that's what we do. Our goal is to keep you informed. Just remember, education will save us, but ignorance will destroy us. Bye-bye, we're gone. Greetings. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Boston Rhines. And today is Memorial Day here in the United States of America. I want you to regress with me back until May of 25th, 2013. And today, this is a special call to all active duty, retired, disabled, and ordinary veterans of the United States of America. This is an appeal to Eric Holder of the Department of Justice, Governor of the state of Georgia, the Attorney General of the state of Georgia, the Secretary of State in the state of Georgia, to the Southern Judiciary in the state of Georgia, to Sheriff Prime of the Lowndes County Sheriff Department, to Lowndes County School Superintendent Wes Taylor. This is a special appeal unto all of you. Do you believe that a citizen in the United States of America, a retired military veteran, an upright citizen who violated no law, do you think for a moment that any of our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, children, or enemies should be restricted for 1 year and 2 weeks under the heading of criminal trespass without violating any law in Valdosta, Lowndes County, or in the state of Georgia? If an American citizen have not violated any law, then why would they be under such restriction. Moreover, how could it be that all the agencies in law enforcement up to Eric Holder of the Department of Justice are fully aware of it, but nobody have even said one word, not even one word about it? On this courthouse steps, we have witnessed the father of KJ, Kendrick Johnson, demanding justice in the case of their dead son that was found in Lowndes County High School on January 11th, 2013. I stand here this day, the same building where Shannon Watson and her husband Tim stood seeking justice for their 14-year-old daughter who was hog-tied, handcuffed behind her back, face down on the floor in the presence of educators and her peers for striking an educator. It was later determined that Sheriff Deputy Atkins wrote it up wrong for whatever reason. The educators provided a letter stating that this child never struck an educator. But do you not know, I just talked to the father a few minutes ago, and they still have not received justice. Now, we must also ask a question this morning, this Memorial Day. Do you not know that 32 jail deaths, known jail deaths, have occurred in Lowndes County Jail? It has been reported over and over again that Lowndes County are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. But it seems to be that the powers of forces outside of that, which the founding fathers of this republic wanted to be alive, well, and applicable to the citizens, have taken a back row seat. So now, you have seen my videos. You have heard my cries. People in Korea, Canada, New Zealand, and many other foreign nations of the world, they are commenting and they are asking questions, and they are right to do so. For under our form of government, we pride ourselves in being a nation and states that make up the nation, a nation of laws. But if I am under a 1-year, 2-week criminal trespass for reporting on the death of Kendrick Johnson, as some believe, then why haven't Sheriff Prine gotten back with me as he promised he would? Why have not somebody at the probate courts, the Superior Court, District Attorney David Miller, or in the federal U.S. courts where I went and asked them to give me a letter a week after this happened, that they had nothing in my records on me? They told me verbally that they didn't, but when I asked them to put it in writing, I asked CID, the Criminal Investigation Department at the Lowndes County Jail, but they would not give me a letter stating nothing was in my records, but they told me verbally. So now, for the next few days, I will be posting videos to highlight the anniversary of America's and the state of Georgia criminal trespass laws and how they implement them upon the citizens of Georgia and perhaps other states in the United States, so the entire world, let me repeat, so the entire world can see what a real democracy look like. They will be able to see what I have presented for the last year and 2 weeks. And yet, the people that we vote into office do not think enough of the American people to respond to a citizen's First Amendment being violated. Now, in conclusion, do you not know that if they could place me, a retired military veteran of 21 years, under such restriction without violating any law, that this could happen to any of our airmen stationed at the Moody Air Force Base just 9 miles away, or a student at Valdosta State University, or a student at Georgia Military College, or a student at Wiregrass Technical College, or a student that visit Wiregrass, not Wiregrass, but Wild Adventures Theme Park, or Francis Lake Golf Course, or somebody that's visiting Kinderloo Golf Course, or somebody just passing through Lowndes County could be placed under a criminal trespass without justification or notification. And then when you write your elected officials, they will say absolutely nothing. The sheriff department will promise you we'll get back with you, and never get back with you. Yet I have been banned. I could not go to the Lowndes County graduation yesterday. You're gonna see videos that I recorded yesterday. But I couldn't go into that facility. Yet if a person was a child molester, if they were a criminal of the first degree, they could walk right on to that public property. Or if a murderer who may kill his entire family could walk on that property. But I am violated. My rights have been violated. And do you not know that Governor Nathan Deal, Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, Georgia Attorney General Eric Holder, the Justice Department, nobody have said anything. Now, it's not just about me, but just imagine the American people. Just imagine people around the world. If they did this to me, then that precedent must already have been established in stone. So how many other children, young adults, both male and female, have been placed under a criminal trespass, just like the mayor of Meigs, Georgia? Do you not know she have received, I think, 2 criminal trespasses? She have been banned from her office, given another office, then had the locks changed on that one, then not permitted to even go to City Hall to perform her duties as mayor, where the majority of citizens in Meigs, Georgia, in the state of Georgia, and in the United States of America voted her into office. So if we are not going to respect voting rights in the state of Georgia, and if Eric Holden, the Justice Department, and the Civil Rights Division can allow all of this to go on with the world watching us, then what can we say to Afghanistan, Pakistan, where I stand as an upright man, not as a criminal, but as an upright man, and not even Victor Blackwell of CNN, not even the Valdosta Daily Times, not even ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News in South Georgia. Nobody have come and asked me, George Rhymes, does your criminal trespass have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson? After all, I was one of the first persons that the father called when they found their son dead. So is this why they put me under this criminal trespass? But Victor Blackwell and no news media in the United States of America, Al Sharpton came here, but he didn't ask me nothing about my criminal trespass. Nobody that I know of the U.S. Justice Department, who's supposed to be looking into the death of Kendrick Johnson, are looking into my situation, which just could have an impact on that investigation. Now, just because I raise my voice don't mean that I'm angry. It means that I am by the God, the grace of my God, and that of my ancestors. And so now, I was on television a few weeks ago in Atlanta. I said then, and I'll say it again now, if the state of Georgia and if the United States of America are not about citizenship rights, the right to vote, and the right to be called the beacon of hope for the free world, because we respect individual rights. If we don't mean that, then that's not a problem. But just take down your flag. Stop telling people that you respect and want people to vote. We got 12 black mayors in the state of Georgia. I have pleaded on the Capitol steps to the governor, to Georgia Attorney General, to the Secretary of State, to our civil rights organizations, and those mayors, most of them are female, and they are still going through pain that has never been inflicted upon any mayor in the state of Georgia to the degree that we see. Do you know that you need to Google Boston G.B.R. and Google Meigs mayor, Meigs, Georgia mayor, Quitman, Georgia mayor, Dawson, Georgia mayor, Gordon, Georgia mayor, Davis borough mayor, Warrington, Georgia mayor. Then ask yourself, once you look at that, then ask yourself, why is it that no elected official in the state of Georgia is following up on that? You don't read about that in the Atlanta Journal and Constitution. MSNBC won't report that. These news media in this country are not reporting the news. Yet when a war breaks out under the name of patriotism and freedom and justice, we put our life on the line to defend the rights of foreigners. Yet our rights are vanishing in the cosmos as we all pacify ourselves and tell the world, I don't have time for that. I just want to get to heaven. And so we keep backing up, backing up, backing up. But you can only back up so far. You can only back up so far. And then you look around and your children will have no rights at all. And we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. I'm doing what I did, what I'm doing now because of what I did back then. The Vietnam War was going on and many other wars. And many of you, as well as myself, we did what we were supposed to do. Now the question is up to you. Are you just going to look at me as a bad man? Or will you look at me as somebody who loved you and your children and coming generation, perhaps more than you yourself? This is the Ghetto Free Press. Bye-bye.